Bereshit, or Genesis 46 through 47. And Israel set out with all that he had and came to Beersheba and slaughtered slaughterings to the Elohim of his father Yitzhak. And Elohim spoke to Israel in the visions of the night and said, Yaakov, Yaakov. And he said, Here I am. And he said, I am the Elohim of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Mitsrayim, for I shall make you there into a great nation. I myself am going down with you to Mitsrayim, and I myself shall certainly bring you up again. And let Yosef put his hand on your eyes. And Yaakov rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel brought their father Yaakov and their little ones and their wives in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to transport him. And they took their livestock and their property which they had acquired in the land of Canaan. And they came into Mitsrayim. And Yaakov and all his seed with him, his sons and his sons' sons, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed he brought with him into Mitsrayim. And these were the names of the children of Israel, Yaakov, and his sons who came into Mitsrayim. Reuben was Yaakov's firstborn. And the sons of Reuben, Hanak, and Palu, and Hetzron, and Carmi. And the sons of Shimon, Yemuel, and Yamin, and Ohad, and Yechin, and Sohar, and Shaul, son of a Canaanite woman. And the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kehath, and Merari. And the sons of Yehuda, and Onan, and Shelah, and Peretz, and Zerah. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Peretz were Hetzron and Hamul. And the sons of Issachar, Tola, and Puah, and Yob, and Shimron. And the sons of Zebulun, Sered, and Elon, and Jaleel. These were the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Yaakov in Padam Aram, with his daughter Dinah. All the beings, his sons and his daughters, were 33. And the sons of Gad were Ziphion, and Haggai, Shuni, and Etzban, Eri, and Arodi, and Areli. And the sons of Asher, Yimnah, and Yishwa, and Yishwi, and Beriah, and Sarah their sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malchiel. These were the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter, and these she bore to Yaakov, 16 beings, the sons of Rachel, Yaakov's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. And Joseph went into the land of Mitsrayim, where were born Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bore to him. And the sons of Benjamin, Bela, and Becher, and Ashbel, Gerah, and Naaman, Ahi, and Rosh, Mupin, and Huppin, and Ard. These were the sons of Rachel, who were born to Yaakov, 14 beings in all. And the son of Dan, Hushim. And the sons of Naphtali, Yatzael, and Guni, and Yetzer, and Shalem. These were the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, and she bore these to Yaakov, 7 beings in all the beings who went in with Yaakov to Mitsrayim, who came from his body, besides Yaakov's sons' wives. who were 66 beings in all. And the sons of Joseph, who were born to him in Mitsrayim, were 2 beings. All the beings in the house of Yaakov who went to Mitsrayim were 70. And he sent Yehudah before him to Joseph to point out before him the way to Goshen. And they came to the land of Goshen. And Joseph made ready his chariot and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. And he appeared to him and fell on his neck and wept on his neck a long time. And Israel said to Joseph, "Now let me die, since I've seen your face, that you're still alive." And Joseph said to his brothers and his father's household, "I'm going up to inform Pharaoh and say to him, my brothers and those of my father's house who were in the land of Canaan have come to me. And the men are shepherds, that they have been men of livestock, and they've brought their flocks and their herds and all they have. And it shall be when Pharaoh calls you and says, 'What's your occupation?' that you shall say, 'Your servants have been men of livestock from our youth, even till now, both we and our fathers, so that you dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination to the Mitsrayites.'" Genesis 47. Then Joseph went and spoke to Pharaoh and said, "My father and my brothers, their flocks and their herds and all they possess, have come from the land of Canaan, and see, they're in the land of Goshen." And he took 5 men from among his brothers and presented them to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to his brothers, "What's your occupation?" And they said to Pharaoh, "Your servants are shepherds, both we and also our fathers." And they said to Pharaoh, "We've come to dwell in the land because there's no pasture for your servants' flocks, for the scarcity of food is severe in the land of Canaan. And now please let your servants sojourn in the land of Goshen." And Pharaoh spoke to Joseph, saying, "Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Mitsrayim is before you. Settle your father and brothers in the best of the land. Let them dwell in the land of Goshen. And if you know of capable men among them, then make them chief herdsmen over my livestock." And Joseph brought in his father Yaakov and set him before Pharaoh. And Yaakov blessed Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to Yaakov, "How old are you?" And Yaakov said to Pharaoh, "The days of the years of my sojournings are 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of my life, and they have not reached the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the days of their sojournings." And Yaakov blessed Pharaoh and went out from before Pharaoh. So Joseph settled his father and his brothers and gave them a possession in the land of Mitsrayim, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramesses, as Pharaoh had commanded. And Joseph provided his father and his brothers and all his father's household with bread for the mouths of the little ones. Now there was no bread in all the land, because the scarcity of food was very severe, and the land of Mitsrayim and all the land of Canaan became exhausted from the scarcity of food. And Joseph gathered up all the silver that was found in the land of Mitsrayim and in the land of Canaan for the grain which they bought. And Joseph brought the silver into Pharaoh's house. And when the silver was all spent in the land of Mitsrayim and in the land of Canaan, all the Mitzrites came to Joseph and said, "Give us bread, for why should we die in your presence? For the silver is gone." And Joseph said, "Give your livestock, and I give you bread for your livestock if the silver's gone." So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for the horses and for the flocks which they owned, and for the herds which they owned, and for the donkeys. Thus he fed them with bread in exchange for all their livestock that year. And when the year had ended, they came to him the next year and said, "We do not hide from my master that our silver is all spent, and my master also has the livestock we owned. There's not been left any before my master but our bodies and our lands. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us our land for bread, and let us and our land be servants of Pharaoh, and give us seed, and let us live and not die, and let the land not lie waste." And Joseph bought the entire land of Mitsrayim for Pharaoh, because every man of the Mitzrites sold his field, because the scarcity of food was severe upon them. And the land came to be Pharaoh's. And as for the people, he moved them into the cities, from one end of the borders of Mitsrayim to the other. Only the ground of the priests he did not buy, for the priests had from what Pharaoh gave them by law, and they ate that which Pharaoh gave them by law. Therefore, they did not sell their ground. And Joseph said to the people, "Look, I have bought you and your land today for Pharaoh. Look, here's seed for you, and you shall sow the land. And it shall be that in the harvest you shall give 1/5 to Pharaoh, and 4/5 is your own, as seed for the field, and for your food, and for those of your households, and as food for your little ones." And they said, You've saved our lives. Let us find favor in the eyes of my master, and we shall become Pharaoh's servants. And Joseph made it a law over the land of Mitsrayim to this day that Pharaoh should have 1/5, except for the ground of the priests only, which did not become Pharaoh's. And Israel dwelt in the land of Mitsrayim and the land of Goshen, and they had possessions there, and were fruitful, and increased exceedingly. And Yaakov lived in the land of Mitsrayim 17 years. So the length of Yaakov's life was 147 years. And the time for Israel to die drew near, and he called his son Joseph and said to him, "Now if I've found favor in your eyes, please put your hand under my thigh and show loving commitment and truth to me. Please do not bury me in Mitsrayim, but I shall lie with my fathers, and you shall take me up out of Mitsrayim and bury me in their burial place." And Joseph said, "I do as you have said." And he said, "Swear to me." And Joseph sware to him, and Israel bowed himself on the head of his bed.